Hare Krishna. Yes. Let me choose my pen. Yeah, okay. So today chapter name Karma Yoga. Okay. So first chapter. So that was Arjun Vishad Yoga. So we have learned about the lamentation of Arjuna. Then second chapter summary of Bhagavad Gita or Saramsa, Gita Saramsa. Okay. Third chapter is Karma Yoga. Okay. So we'll discuss about the karma. Okay. So the Karma Yoga, action, yoga of action. Okay. So first word, what is the meaning of yoga? What do you think? What is the meaning of yoga? Can you tell me in the chat box? What is the meaning of yoga? Chat box is open for your realization. Yes. Yoga means union. Okay. Yes. Two answers, many answers we are getting. All are saying union. Working on inner self of us. Union with God. Yes. Yoga means, if you take the meaning, okay, word meaning, okay, yoga means to connect. Okay. We have in maths, we say yoga means plus. Okay. So connecting with the supreme is called yoga, actually. Okay. So connecting the soul with the super soul is called the yoga. Okay. And one person who is always thinking about the Lord, whose consciousness is Krishna consciousness, is in yoga. Okay. So that is the simple meaning of yoga. We'll see how by doing our karma we can connect to our Lord. Okay. So this chapter is about that. So let's start with the Guru Pranam mantra, this chapter. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadkamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the teachings is based on the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is founder Acharya of ISKCON, and we pay our humble obeisances unto His lotus feet, so that His teachings of Bhagavad Gita we can apply in our life. So let's summarize all the chapters which we have read till now. Chapter number 1, that is summary. Chapter number 1, that is observing the army on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So we have read mood, how the mood should be. Okay, so mood should be of ultimate faith. If we have faith in Krishna, we will be able to understand the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Second, observing the army by the Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, and Arjuna. So three people we have read about the mindset of the three people. Okay. Then last we have read about the 5 reasons for Arjuna for not fighting: compassion, loss of enjoyment, fear of sinful reaction, destruction of family tradition, and indecision. So these were the 5 arguments by Arjuna for not fighting. Chapter number 2, we have read about the Guru. Okay, the realization, 3-phase realization of God we have read. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan. Okay, so depends on our distance, how much distance we are from Lord, we will be realizing the Lord with that. Okay, but the ultimate is Bhagwan form. Okay, then the importance of gurus. Arjuna was surrendering to Krishna, okay, because he was confused. He was in battle, inside, outside, both ways, okay. And then he surrendered to Krishna, and and Krishna became his guru, and Krishna has taken the position of guru, and then Krishna started giving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And it start with the identity part, okay. So what is our identity? 2 identity we have, okay. One is called real identity, second is called identity crisis. Real identity is like soul. We are this soul, not this body. Okay, that is real identity. And the identity crisis is our body, which is changing every second, every time. Okay, and it is not similar. 1 minute before the person which I was in the bodily form is not the same person after that. Okay, 1 minute. So that is the identity crisis. It is changing every time. We have read about the so many characteristics of soul. Soul is eternal. Soul is indestructible. Soul, what is the size? Okay, so many things. We cannot destroy the soul. Okay, those things we have read. So depending on two identity, we have two dharma also. Okay, so many people were asking what is dharma. So dharma means what is our nature. So for body, we have certain nature. We have for the soul, we have to do certain nature. We have certain nature. We have to do certain things. For body, we have the living. Okay, for living, we have to do many works. Okay, so that we have to earn money. We have to take care of the family. We have to take care of the dependent. We have to take care of the parents. Okay, so those are coming under the swadharma. Okay, then called Nitya Dharma or Sanatan Dharma. That is our eternal duty towards our soul. Okay, so surrendering to the supreme is our called Nitya Dharma or the eternal Dharma or the Sanatan Dharma. Okay, so two duties we have depending on two identity, and a person who is situated in his actual duty, who is situated in his Nitya Dharma or the eternal Dharma is called Atmaram, who knows the difference. Okay, who knows the difference between the these two, and who is situated at the Nitya Dharma, at the soul level. Okay, so that person is called Atmaram. And symptoms we have read about the Atmaram, how he is equiposed, about external circumstances, he is totally equiposed, he is not affected by the circumstances. Where he is engaging the senses, he is engaging the senses in the Supreme Lord. Okay, so that we have read in the chapter number 2. So we'll move forward. This is chapter number 3. Okay, so one person is asking, Dikshit Jan Prabhuji, please repeat two dharma. So actually we have already done the two dharma. This is summary part. So I was not describing in detail. So you can go through the previous chapter. Chapters will be already, YouTube link will be already shared, would have been already shared in your group. So you can go through the second chapter and you can in detail, you can see about the two dharma. So let's read third chapter, very important chapter today. Okay, so first, this chapter starts with this concept. What is good? Tyaga is better or the action is better? Okay, so actually Arjuna is confused. Okay, which is good? Renunciation is good. Tyaga, sannyas, taking sannyasa is good, or action is good, or we should work. Okay, so that is one confusion Arjuna has. Which one is good? So many people have confusion. This confusion. Many people consider Bhagavad Gita reading means you are going to take sannyasa. You are not, means you are very much afraid of your life. You are fed up of your life. And now you want to take sannyasa. That's why you are reading Bhagavad Gita. So that is the one concept many person had. So that person, about that only Arjuna is asking. Which one is better? Tyaga is better or action is better? Okay. First question. Second question. Second thing. Second topic. Rungs on yoga ladder. So we are going to run on the yoga ladder. So we'll be seeing what the different types of yoga are there. Okay. So we'll be seeing that. Okay. Then third, excellent example of self-realized soul. Ooh, the self-realized soul. The souls who are self-realized, who are already elevated soul. Their examples we are going to see why they are working. Okay. And that last, enemy of the soul. So there is one enemy of the soul also. Okay, so the soul is there. We are soul only, but there is one enemy, which is dangerous. Okay, so we'll be reading about that enemy. So this is today's topic of discussion. Any important things we'll be covering. And today's mnemonic is tree. TREE. Okay, tree. Today's mnemonic is tree. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, that is tyaga or action. What do you think? Which one is better to for a spiritualist, for a spiritual advancement, for a spiritual being, a person who is interested in spiritual life? Which one is better? Tyaga or renunciation is better, or action is better? Which one is better? What do you think? Yes, answers are coming. Answer please. Which one is better? Tyaga is better or action is better? People have already taken the classes, I think. People are answering. Answers are like that. Devotees have already this is maybe second time. Okay. Nishkam karma, people are saying action is better, action is better, action is better. Tyaga. Okay, one answer. Sunita Jaiswal. Okay, Mataji is saying Tyaga is better. Action is better. Action without attachment is better. Action, Tyaga, action. Shubha. Okay. Any other answer? Every person knows. I'm not here to judge anyone. Just I want what you think till now. Okay. Which one is better? Ranjan Roy Prabhuji has said not either. So none is better for the spiritual advancement. Okay. Dibya Mataji saying Tyag is better. Others saying action is better. Okay. Any other answer? Quickly. Vinay Babu saying action is better. Yes, quickly. One or only two options we have. Okay. Both are okay with the right intention. Both. One question is both. Okay. So let's move forward. Let's see Arjuna's question and what Krishna is answering. Okay. So actually, Krishna is already answering. So we don't have to think too much. Krishna is giving already answers. Okay. So Arjuna's confusion. Ekam vada. Please tell me one which is good. Renunciation is better or action is better? Okay. Which one is better? This way or that way? Okay. Now Krishna is answering. So Krishna will be describing about both. Okay. About renunciation, Krishna will be describing. About action, Krishna will be describing. Then Krishna will be giving which one answer, which one is better. Okay. So that is the thing. So let's read about the renunciation part. That is Tyaga. What is Tyaga? Okay. So let's see what Krishna is describing. Karmendriyani samyamya asate manasa smarana indriyanartha vimudhatma mityachara shauchate. Karmendriyani means the object of the sense actions. Okay, the senses. Karmendriyani means senses. Samyamya, controlling. Okay, controlling the senses. But asate manasa smaran indriyanartha. But indriyanartha, but his mind, manasa, you see the mind. His mind is doing a smaran or remembering the indriya arthan. Okay, means his mind is thinking about the object of the senses, but he's trying to control the senses. Okay, he's trying to control the senses, but mind is still dwelling on the object of the senses. So artificially, he's trying to control the senses. Okay, so that Atma, that Vimud Atma, he's saying, Krishna is saying that deluded Atma, the Vimud Atma is called Mithyachara. Mithyachara Suchyate. That is called Mithyachari. Mithyachari means pretender. He is actually not a sannyasi, but he is trying to behave like a sannyasi. His mind is still dwelling on the sense object, but he is trying to artificially control the senses. Okay, see this person by the vastra or the you see the getup this person has. This, see the mala. Okay, see the vastra and see the kamandal. You can many person will think that this is a renunciator. Okay, renunciator. He is a tyagi. But see this. What is this? Cigarette, mobile. Okay, so much attachment is there. Okay, so this person is actually trying to control his senses artificially. He's showing to outside world that I'm a sannyasi. Okay, I am a sannyasi. I'm not having any material desire, but actually his mind is dwelling on the sense object. So that person, this person, you see, Krishna is telling this person as pretender. Okay, the one who restrain the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly delude himself and is called a pretender. So this person is called a pretender. Okay, his mind is not pure and he is artificially trying to control the senses. So purity, if your mind is pure, your senses will actually will be not attracted. You don't have to artificially control the senses. Artificially control the senses is not required if your mind is pure. Okay, so the thing is, we have to purify the mind. Okay, and senses will automatically get purification. Okay, so that is the thing. But the person is actually trying to control the senses artificially, but this person is, his mind is still dwelling on the sense object. Renunciator, no. Okay, it is called pretender. One example we have. Okay, we'll try to see this example. Okay, and we'll try to have some learnings from this example. So this is example of Bharat Maharaj. Okay, Bharat Maharaj was a very nice devotee of Krishna. Okay, and at age of 24 years only, he left all his kingdom. Okay, he was a king. He left his kingdom and he went to the jungle to to concentrate on Krishna, to do sadhana on the ekant place or the secluded place. Okay, so that no one will disturb him and he will be doing his sadhana very nicely. Like that, he thought, and he went to the jungle. Okay, but one day what happened? He saw one pregnant deer is there, pregnant deer. Okay, and she was running, and there was tiger behind the deer. There was a tiger behind the deer. So pregnant deer was running, and there was a river. Okay, so the pregnant deer jumped the river, and while jumping, when she reached the other part, she died. Okay, due to the jump. And during this jumping process, she gave birth to a baby deer. So actually she died and baby deer was there in the water. Okay. And then lion also left because the deer is already dead. So, but there was no one to take care of the baby deer. Okay. So Bharat Maharaj saw that, okay, very small baby deer is there. She is on the water. Okay. And no one is there to take care. So he took out the baby deer and he started nurturing the baby deer. He started taking care of the baby deer. And you see, gradually he become too much attached to the baby deer that you see he is doing this sadhana and he's thinking about the baby deer. He's looking at the baby deer. Okay. So gradually he become too much attached that he will be thinking about the baby deer every time, how the baby deer is eating or not, how the baby deer is sleeping, what the baby deer is doing. Okay. Is the baby deer okay or not? Okay. So he became too much attached, too much attached. And gradually his time of death came. And at the time of death, baby deer was there, the deer was there, and she was licking the face of Bharat Maharaj due to the affection. Okay. And Bharat Maharaj was also thinking about the baby deer. What will happen to the baby? What will happen after the deer, after me to the deer? Okay. Like that. And thinking about like this, he left his body. Okay. And he was too much attached to the baby deer that he became a deer in the next life. Okay, he became deer in the next life. So, and that is the after that the story changes after he realizes his mistake, and in the next life he becomes Jada Bharat. Okay, he was so much attached to the name of Lord. Okay, the Lord's name in the bhakti, so much attached that people usually think like he's a mad person like that. So that is the second part of the story. But first part, what we have read is the moral is no one should remain unoccupied in any way. By nature, we are always active. The soul is always active. The mind, intelligence, always active. If we are not giving the correct attachment, if we are not engaging our mind, intelligence, or soul in the correct way, what will happen? It will take another way. The least path of least resistance. You know, everyone knows that current will follow the path of least resistance. Our mind intelligence also will follow the path of least path. Okay, dangerous path. The demoniac path, you can say. That's the path of least resistance. Okay. So no one should remain unoccupied in any way because we are by nature we are always active. So we have to engage ourselves in certain activity. We have to engage. Okay. Otherwise, path of least resistance. Okay. Association is very important. We have to associate with the likely people. Okay. Sometimes we get bewildered. Sometimes we think that this path is not good. Sometimes we think that devotion is not good. Okay. And that's why association is very important. And this single point is very, 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 very important. Association icon means the most important thing for the devotee to start a devotional life is association. Okay. Association. When we are associating with the devotee, naturally or automatically we become a devotee. When we are associating ourselves with a demoniac kind of people, we'll become demoniac. There is no doubt in that will become demoniac. Okay. If we want to become a thief, associate with a thief. Okay. Like that. So with whom you are associating, that character you will have. Okay. That's why it is very important to choose your association. So actually your devotional life depends on you. Okay. And that is very simple. Devotional life is very simple. What you have to do is choose the correct association. Okay. So if you are associating with a devotee, you will become a devotee. That is for certain. If you are associating with a person who is so much surrendered to Krishna, you will also surrender yourself to Krishna. So thing is, you have to just find a person or an ideal person you want to become like that ideal person, and you have to associate with that person. Okay. So that is the key. Association, very important. Association will mold your character. Association will change your character. Okay. You think about yourself, what you have become till now. Okay. Till now, what is your attitude? What is your habits? What is your characters? Everything we are getting from some persons with whom we are associating. Some person we are associating, we are taking the character of that person. Okay. Like that. So, okay. So that is the thing. An association we can choose. It depends on ourselves. We can choose our association. It is very easy to choose your association. So actually, it is very easy to choose the devotional life also. Okay, so that is the thing, and very important. Association, very important. Okay, we get bodies as per our karma. Whatever karma we are doing full life, that consciousness we will be gaining, that consciousness we will have. Okay, and according to that only, according to the to fulfill that desire only, we'll get the next body. Okay, so that is the thing. The best body which can fulfill that desire will get that body. Okay, so that is the thing. With this concept, that is how we get our body. I will be dealing more in the detail in the 8th chapter. Okay, so that is the thing, how we get our body. Attachment to family makes one forgetful of death. So much attachment. You see the Bharat Maharaj example. So much attachment. If you are too much attached and you are forgetting your actual aim of life. Okay, actual aim is not to fulfill our day-to-day life and all. Okay, the actual aim is something different. The spiritual. Okay, spirituality is the actual aim, because if you see, everything will be leaving after the death. But the spiritual thing which we have done. Okay, yesterday we are the day before or day before yesterday we were reading. Even if we are doing a small thing, it will be, or the devotional thing. There is no loss, no diminution in this path. Okay, like that Krishna was saying, Neha vikarma nasosti. There is no loss, no diminution in this path. Okay, so whatever spiritual advancement you are doing in this life, that will be continued from the next life. Okay, so that is the thing. So these are the things, very important example, very important learnings from this. Okay, so actually we see that renunciation is very difficult. Okay, tyaga is very difficult, and later we'll see in the 5th chapter there is karma sannyas yoga also there. Okay, karma sannyas. So that will be dealt in 5th chapter. But for now, renunciation is very difficult. Okay. Then comes the working part. Okay, so let's see what Krishna is telling about the working action. Okay. Yastav indriyani manasa niyamarvate arjuna karmendriya karma yogam ashakta sa vishishyate. Vishishyate means better. Okay. Ashakta, karma yogam. Karma yogam with ashakta is better. Okay. That is what Krishna is saying. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control his active senses by mind and begins karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. So actually Krishna is saying visishyate, the karma is better. Karma is better. So first we have seen that renunciation is very difficult. Okay, and we have seen the example of Mithyachari. Second, we have seen second, we have seen that that karma without attachment is far by far more superior. Okay, that is the thing. But third thing, the important thing, how the karma should be done. Okay, so that is the thing. How the karma should be done. It is written here. How the karma should be done. So first thing we have read that renunciation is very difficult. Second thing we have read that karma we should do, that is better than renunciation. But third thing, how the karma should be done, it is written here. Yagnarthad karmano anyatra loko ayam karma bandana tad artham karma panteya mukta sanga samachara. You see, yagnarthad karmano. Okay, karma should be done as a yagna artha, means as a sacrifice. Work should be done like a yagya or a sacrifice. Okay, you see, work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Yagnartha karmano anyatra. What will happen if you are not doing? Anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Otherwise, it will cause bondage in this material world. Okay, karma bandhana. Otherwise, it will cause bondage. If you are doing work, but not as a sacrifice for Vishnu, it will cause bondage. If we are doing work for ourselves, this work only will cause bondage. Okay, so the thing is like that. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to to be performed. We have to perform. That is called Swadharma. We have to perform our duties, work. But how the work should be done? Swadharma should be done. I was telling in the last day that Swadharma will also attach you to Krishna. Sanatan Dharma will also attach you to Krishna. So this concept is now getting cleared. How the Swadharma, when we are doing our daily duty, when we are earning money, when we are taking care of children, these things we are doing, how that can also attach to ourselves to Krishna? The answer is here. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to perform. Work should be done. But how the work should be done? As a sacrifice for Vishnu. But if you are giving the result to Krishna, if you are doing the work as a sacrifice, then what will happen? Actually, it won't cause attachment to this material world. It will cause attachment to Vishnu or Krishna. Okay, see the thing. Okay, how beautifully explained how the work should be done. Okay, first Krishna was telling that Swadharma, Sanatan Dharma, both should be attached. Both should be attaching ourselves to Krishna. All dharma should make us Krishna conscious. That was the one point we have discussed in the second chapter. All dharma should make us Krishna conscious. Our consciousness should become Krishna conscious. Okay. But how the work should be done is written here. The work has to be done as sacrifice for Vishnu. If we are doing work for ourselves, it will cause bondage. It won't cause Krishna consciousness. It will cause bondage. But if you are doing work as a sacrifice for Krishna, then the work will cause attachment to Krishna. Okay. So you see, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duty for his satisfaction, for Krishna's satisfaction, for Vishnu's satisfaction. And in this way, you will always remain free from bondage, liberation. Okay. No bondage means liberation. You see how beautifully it is explained that karma is better or sannyasa is better and how the karma should be done. Okay. Very nice. So with this understanding, Arjuna started pondering. Arjuna is now thinking, okay, after this, Arjuna is now thinking, what about those people who cannot perform karma yoga? How will they go back to Godhead? How they will attach to Krishna? Okay. So there we will be seeing different types of yoga now. Karma yoga, we were reading about the karma yoga. Different yogas are there. So we'll see that. So rungs on yoga ladder. So first, what is yoga? Yoga is to attach or connect our soul to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we have actually discussed that a yogi means he is attached to Krishna. Any person who is yogi means he is attached to Krishna. Okay, he is thinking about Krishna with mind and consciousness about Krishna. So that is a person who is a yogi. That is the most advanced yogi. So he is thinking about Krishna. He is engaging himself about Krishna. That is person is called yogi. Okay. So many myths are there about yoga in this world today. Okay. What are the myths? Yoga is not meant as an exercise to shape our body. So many people, they will be doing what you are doing. He will be doing exercise, but he will tell, I am doing yoga. Okay. Yoga. So a buzzword you will see everywhere people will be using yoga word. Okay. But actually yoga means attaching to Supreme. Okay. Meditate and gain powers. Many people will be meditating to gain some power, some mystic yoga power. Okay. And they will say that I am doing yoga. Okay. Yoga. So that is not yoga because there is no Krishna. You are doing it for yourself, for gaining powers. Okay. Third, increase our lifespan. When we do breathing exercises, that our lifespan increases. Okay. But that are breathing exercises, not yoga. Okay. So that many misconceptions are there about in this. You see many yogas are mentioned here. 4 types of yoga actually mentioned here. So actually we are discussing about the karma yoga. We have to do work, we have to do the action, and we need to engage our senses. So we are discussing about this now. So actually there are 3 different yoga. Okay. You see Jnana yoga. So karma yoga is there, then Jnana yoga is there. Okay. Jnana yoga, in Jnana yoga, what a person does, he is trying to read different types of Vedic literature. He is searching for the Lord. He's searching who am I, who is searching who is Lord. Okay, he knows the difference that I am not this body, I'm the soul. He's searching about the soul. He's searching about the Lord, who is Lord. Those things he's searching. So you see, he's actually in the path of yoga only. So actually he's engaging his knowledge in the service, or using this knowledge to attach to Krishna, and actually he is utilizing the mind. Okay. So that is the thing. So mind and knowledge is utilizing, and this person is doing the Gyan Yoga. So Gyan Yogi engages the mind, and he's trying to attain the knowledge about the Lord. Okay. Then comes the Dhyan Yogi. Okay. Dhyan Yogi. So this person is meditating. Many person you see, they are meditating. Okay. So they are actually meditating on the Paramatma form in their heart. Okay. So he knows that the Paramatma form is there. With Atma, there is Paramatma, and he's trying to meditate on the Paramatma form. Okay. So we'll see more about the Dhyan Yoga in the 6th chapter. There we'll see that this person meditate on the Paramatma form and what are the 8 limbs of the Dhyana. So we'll read about that. And this person is utilizing the intelligence, engaging the intelligence in the service of Krishna. Okay. So that is the thing. So this person is engaging the senses, this person engaging the mind, this person engaging the intelligence. The last is the Bhakti Yogi. Bhakti Yogi. What is Bhakti Yogi does? Bhakti Yogi knows that Krishna is in the Bhagwan form. So personal form is there. He tried to love Krishna. Okay. He tried to love Krishna. You see, in the dhyana or the meditation or the Paramatma form, there is no love. He's just meditating. In the jnana, there is no love. He's just trying to know about the Lord. Okay. So there is no love actually. But in the Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yogi knows that Krishna has personal forms, Krishna has personal pastimes. Krishna has certain pastime. When he was in Vrindavan, he did some certain pastimes. Okay. So he tried to meditate Krishna. He tried to love on Krishna. He tried to serve Krishna. Okay. So like that. So he does, his ultimate goal is to love Krishna. Okay. And he is dedicating his soul in the service of Krishna. Okay. So you see, when in the last of this chapter, we'll see the senses, the mind is above the senses, and intelligence is above the mind, and soul is actually above the intelligence. So you see, senses, then mind, then intelligence, then soul. So like that, yoga is also there. Karma, jnana, dhyana, and bhakti. Okay. So these different types of yoga is there. We have read about the different types of yoga. Actually, you see, elevator or a ladder, this concept. Okay. So actually, you see, whether the Ashtang Yogi or the Dhyan Yogi, Gyan Yogi or Karma Yogi, actually they will come to the Bhakti Yoga platform only at last. Okay. They will come to Bhakti Yoga platform at the last, because ultimately they have to love Lord. Okay. And Bhakti Yoga is actually doing directly that service only by associating with the person who is actually a devotee of Lord. He is associating with the person who is devotee of Lord, and he started doing the devotional service. Okay, he started doing the bhakti yoga. So actually, that is the elevator, you can say. Okay, that is the elevator. So bhakti yoga is called elevator, and the other yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, karma yoga, those are called ladder. Okay, ladder, and ladder, step by step, it will lead to Bhakti Yoga only, or the Lord only. Okay. So that is the thing. That is the yoga ladder. Then comes the cycle of sacrifices. Okay. So we have read that work has to be done as sacrifice. Okay. For Vishnu. Work has to be done as sacrifice for Vishnu. So we'll read about the sacrifice. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhava yagnad bhavati parjanyo yagna karma samuda bhavaha. All the living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yagna, and yagna is born of prescribed duty. So you see, there is cycle. Okay, there is cycle. Any questions are being asked. We'll take the questions at last. Okay. So you see the cycle of sacrifice. Cycle of sacrifice. So a person is doing the duty. How the person knows that what is his prescribed duty according to his nature? According to his nature, there are 4 varnas there. Okay. So Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. According to nature, what nature you have. Okay. And what work suits you. So that depends on that. You have certain duty, and your duty, doing your duty, respecting the Vedas, not against the Vedas. Okay. You are doing the duties, respecting the Vedas. Okay. Not against the Vedas. Then what will happen? Then the work you are doing, and you're giving the result, or you are sacrificing to the Supreme Lord, to Krishna. Okay. So you are doing your duty, or you are doing your work as a sacrifice. Okay. So whatever work you are doing, According to that, you will get the rain also. Okay, so sacrifice, you are doing the sacrifices, then Krishna will be pleased, the demigods will be pleased, the in charge of the rain, the Indra will be pleased. So they will give the rain. Okay, and with the rain, you will have the grains. And from the grain, you can make different eat the prasadam or the different food items, and again you can offer to Krishna. Okay, and Krishna's words are Vedas only. Okay, so you see the cycle of sacrifice. We have to do the duty, and with the duty as a sacrifice, Krishna will be pleased. Krishna will be giving the grains, and then again we'll be giving to Krishna. Then again, this cycle of sacrifices will be continued. So we have to do the work as sacrifice. That is the thing. We have to consider Krishna in every work. That is the thing. different different dharma are there. Different yuga dharmas are there. That is called yuga dharma. So every person, every yuga, there is different dharma. In the Sat Yuga, you see meditation on the Lord Vishnu was the yuga dharma. Okay, or the sacrifice, you can say. So, meditating on the Supreme Lord. So at the time of Sat Yuga, the lifespan of people were 1 lakh years. Okay, 1 lakh years. And they used to meditate thousands and thousands years to the Supreme Lord. That was the meditation part. So many days they used to meditate. Okay, that was the path of perfection at the time of Satyuga. But later Yuga, it was not recommended. In Kali Yuga, it is certainly not recommended. Thousands of years, 5 minutes also, if you sit and try to meditate your mind on something, you won't be able to meditate. Okay, so that is very difficult. Actually, we have to train our mind. And even if we are training, our mind is so agitated in Kali Yuga that we won't be able to perform meditation for so many days. Okay, so that was the time when people used to meditate and perfect their life. Okay, Satyuga. There comes after that is Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, performing the fire sacrifices. So big fire sacrifices used to happen. People used to perform fire sacrifices, big fire sacrifices. Okay, and Brahmanas at the time was so powerful, so they're perfect in mantra. Okay, or their duties. So pure Brahmanas were there that they can perform the yagna at that time. Okay, but today there is no pure material is available, no pure Brahmanas are available. Okay, so these in Kali Yuga, these things are not actually recommended. Okay, in Treta Yuga it was recommended fire sacrifices, but in Kali Yuga it is not recommended. Okay, then comes the Dwapar Yuga, elaborate temple worship. So elaborate temple worship. So many rules and regulations for the temple worship. So pure Brahmanas were there at that time. They used to do elaborate temple worship, and in this way, they can perfect their life. Okay, so that was the Yuga Dharma at the time of Dwapar Yuga. Can you tell me what is the Yuga Dharma? Any guesses? What is the Yuga Dharma in Kali Yuga? There is one Yuga left. Sat Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. There is one more Yuga which is left. Okay, can you tell me what you think that Yuga Dharma in Kali? So many people have already attended, I think, or read Bhagavad Gita. So many people are correctly answering. Yes, 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 yes. Everyone is correct. Chanting. Yes. So let's see. Yes. Very nice answer. Everyone is knowing correctly. They are guessing. Already I told you in the chapter number 2, and people are remembering. Very nice. Okay. So Kali Yuga Dharma is chanting on holy name. Holy name. You see, holy name chanting, taking the Lord's name is the easiest process in the Kali Yuga and the most effective process. Okay. Most effective process. Easiest process, most effective process. Okay, so that is the thing. Kali Yuga Dharma. Chanting is called Kali Yuga Dharma. We have to do chanting for purification. Yagnai Sankirtana Prayer. Okay, so this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this Mahamantra. I was telling you about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His incarnation of Lord in the mood of Radharani in the Kali Yuga. Okay, there are many Shastric references that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna. Okay, and he has given, he came in the mood of devotee to teach us how the devotion should be. Okay, how a devotee should do the kirtan, how the devotee should be doing the devotional service. Okay, when you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, unfortunately I have not read till now. When you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can know what is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so that is the thing. So with many devotees, I have heard the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is so static mood. When he sees the Lord, he's so static. Okay, so that is the thing. That is, he came to teach us the mood, how the devotee should be, how devotion should be performed. Okay, and you see, he has given the Sankirtan Yagna, the most effective way or the most easiest way in Kali Yuga. Okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no, the person cannot do others Yug Dharma, which is mentioned earlier. Okay, that's why Sankirtan Yagna is recommended in Kali Yuga, and he has given the Sankirtan, the name process. So before chanting, we take Lord Chaitanya's name. Okay, so this mantra is actually remembering Lord Chaitanya and his associate. And when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he will take this, will chant this first. Okay. So the mantra is like that. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So these are the names of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his associate will take this name, and then we'll start doing the Mahamantra chanting like Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so this is the Kali Yuga Dharma. Okay. Yagyanam Japo Yagno Asmi. Okay, of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy name. This is what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita 10.25. Okay, Bhagavad Gita 10.25. Krishna is saying, I am the sacrifice. I'm the chanting in the sacrifices. Okay, among the sacrifices, he is chanting. So, therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activity, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme. So, how we should be working? It is said here, without being attached to the fruits of activity as a sacrifice. How we can do work as a sacrifice? Don't be attached to the fruits of activity. Give the fruit of activity to Krishna. Don't be attached to the fruits of activity. Okay. Then, if fruits of activity not there, we are not attached to fruits of activity. Then what is the benefit of working? How we can be motivated to work if we are not attached to the fruits of action? Okay, so the answer is one should act as a matter of duty, as a matter of duty. Okay, just as a duty. So when we go to do a duty, okay, like a cashier is there in a bank, cashier. Okay, he will be counting the money so many times. He will be counting the money, but he knows that this money does not belong to him. He is not actual proprietor of this money. This money actually belongs to the bank. Okay, so he's not attached to the result. Okay, but if he's not attached to the result, then why he is doing the work? Because he is doing as a matter of duty. He's doing just his duty, and when he is doing the duty, the bank will give something in the return. Okay, bank will give something in the return. That's why when we do work, give the result to Krishna. Let Krishna take care of all the results, and Krishna will give something in the back. We'll accept that as a prasadam of Krishna, and we'll be happy in that. Okay, so that is the thing. That is the thing. How work should be done? As a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme. When we are working without attachment, we can attain the supreme. Okay, act to set an example for others to follow. Arjuna was saying, if elders are dead, what will happen to the future generation? Krishna is saying, act to set an example for others to follow. Okay. So from here, we are going to the third part, that is excellent example of self-realized soul. Okay. Excellent example of self-realized soul. So the people who are excellent people, they will leave the example for the younger generation or the future generation. Okay. So that is the third thing we are going to discuss. So before going to that, let me ask one question. How many of you think that you are a leader? Totally unrelated question looks like, but it will be related when we are discussing the concept. But the question is, how many of you think yourself that you are having a leadership quality? You are a leader. Okay, you are a leader like that. Hare Krishna, Pravina Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I won't say that I am a leader, but I certainly want to be a role model and therefore be a leader for all the people I'm associated with. Like I'm a teacher, so I want to be a leader for my children, my students, and I'm striving to be, and I'm hoping that I am one, Prabhuji. I try
Yes,
to be a role model for them.
very nice, Mataji. Yes. So answers, we have few answers we have got in the chat box also. People are saying, yes, I'm leader, yes, I'm leader. But many are not, many have not responded. So I consider themselves, their answer is no. Okay. Others who have answered, I'll consider their answer as yes, they think that they're leader. Others who have not answered, I'll take that they are not considering themselves as a leader. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So agree? Okay, agree. So let's discuss the concept, why it is important to be a leader and what is the leadership quality. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita discuss the leadership quality also. So let's discuss. Okay. This sloka, 3.21, important sloka. Okay, important sloka. Yad yad ajrati shreshta tad tad evetaro janah. Sayat paramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. Yad yad achrati shreshta. Shreshta means great people, or the leader, you can tell. Okay, leader or the shreshta. Yad yad achrati shreshta. Achrati means what they're doing, how they are doing. Achrati. Okay. Tad tad eve tarojana. The common people will follow that. Okay. The common people will follow that. You see this example. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. Common men follow. And whatever standard is set by his exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Okay. Important. Okay. What is the important? This sloka. What action is important word. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. Okay. So first important thing to consider is, so two important things are there. One is action, one is great man. So who is a great man or a leader? You can say, so Prabhupada gives example of a leader, of a parents, father, mother, parents, okay, and a teacher. So these three examples Prabhupada gives, that these are the people who the other people used to follow. Okay, the other people used to follow. What they are following? Actions, whatever action they do. Okay, so many people, many leaders are there, they will say, do not smoke, do not smoke, do not smoke, but in their home they will be smoking. Okay, they will be smoking. So what do you think that common people will do? If the leader himself is smoker and he's saying you should not smoke, you should not smoke, what the common person will do? What do you think? They will smoke. Yes, what is your answer? Simple answer, every person should answer. What they will do? What the common person will do? They will smoke or not? Think him, they're telling the joke. Yes. Yes. Monkey sees, monkey do. They will smoke, they will smoke. They will smoke. So every person is saying they will smoke. So actually the thing is they follow the action. Okay. So a natural leader, a teacher is a natural leader, a parent is a father, mother is a natural leader. The leader is a natural leader. Okay. So they must have this tendency. They must have this good quality, so that they should be doing the things rightly. Okay. Otherwise the people who are following them, they will be misguided. Okay. You see a parent. Okay. If a person is saying the child, you should not use the mobile, you should not use the mobile, you should not use the mobile, and while telling him he is only using the mobile full day, full night, what his child will do? His child will be motivated to do the mobile only. He will be using the mobile only. Okay. So the thing is, whatever we are saying to our children, are we following that? First thing is, we need to follow that first. Our children are seeing us, they are observing us, they are observing our action. You see here, Achrati. Okay. Achrati. It is not like what we are saying our children should follow. It is what we follow, what we do. Our children will follow that. Okay. The thing is, we have to teach our children by action. our action, okay, not by word. Okay, so if a person wants that, okay, my child should also chant, the first thing he should do is he should chant regularly, daily, regularly, religiously. Okay, so that his child will see him daily doing the same thing and he will also start. Okay, so thing is like that. Okay, if you want your husband to chant, okay, what is the most effective way or the most important thing to follow is you should chant first. Okay, you should chant first. If you want your children to read Bhagavad Gita, what you should do? First, you should read and you should be applying those teachings in your life. Then your child will read and they will also apply, and you will be natural teacher to him. He will be seeing the things or the things which he's reading in the Bhagavad Gita in you, and he will naturally follow those things. Okay, so that is the thing. First thing is we should follow the teachings. Teacher, same way. Okay, so we see the teacher in the society, no mention of Lord anywhere in the teachings, no mention of Lord. If a teacher himself is smoking and if a teacher is smoker and he is teaching the children, what effect the children will have? You see our society so degraded so in so many ways. We see that our teachers are not good, our teachers are not ethical. Okay, they are not having the character of the teachers are not good. Okay, so thing is like that. Teachers are also their parents, sometimes parents are so busy in taking care of the taking care of the duties, the outside duty, that they're not taking care of the children. Okay, that's why I feel that our society is the younger generation is getting diverted. Okay, so that may be one reason. Maybe other reasons are there, but I think this one is one reason also. Okay, so thing is we have to act to set an example. Okay, for Krishna's pleasure to educate the public. So you see, Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to him. Okay, everything belongs to him. Nothing is there for which he should work, but still he is working. When he comes to the earth, he is working as a Sarthi to Arjuna. He is working. So many work he is doing. Why he is working? By work he should gain something, but everything belongs to him. What he will gain? Okay, everything is his only. What he will gain? Still he is working. The example is why he is working is to set an example for the others to follow, to educate the public. Okay, so that is the thing. That is the natural leadership quality. You see, Prabhupada, okay, his father was a devotee. He also became a devotee. He was seeing the natural things. He's seeing these qualities from the birth only, okay, in his family. प्रकृतः क्रियमाणानि गुणः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकारा विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ता हम इति मन्यते. The spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of the false ego, thinks himself the doer of activity that are in actuality carried out by the three modes of material nature. So actually the concept of the three doers are there, that spirit soul thinks himself the doer of all the activity. You see, doer, he is thinking himself, but it is actually they are doing under the modes of three nature. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, they are modes of nature. So this concept will be described later, the modes of nature and how nature is influencing. Full 14th chapter is dedicated to the modes of nature. So we'll be dealing the modes of nature there. But for now, the spirit soul thinks himself the doer, but actually the modes of nature, under the influence of the modes of nature, he is doing the thing. It is carried out by the modes of nature. Okay. मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि संन्यासाध्यात्म चेतसा निरासीद निर्ममो भूत्वा युद्धस्व विगतो जरः. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me. So we actually see that every yoga will end with the bhakti yoga. So actually every yoga Krishna will describe, at last Krishna will say bhakti yoga is best. So you see this. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claim of proprietorship, free from lethargy, fight. So you do your work, but how you should you should be doing your work? Surrendering all your works into me, give all the results to me, with full knowledge of me, with Krishna consciousness, with Krishna in your consciousness, and without desire for profit or no claim to proprietorship, that this result does not belongs to me. like that. You should work, okay, and free from the lethargy. With enthusiasm, you should work. Okay, your prescribed duty you should do. Okay, and you should give the result to Krishna, and whatever Krishna gives in the return, you should take that as prasadam, and you will be happy in that. Okay, Krishna will take care of everything life after that. Okay, so that is the thing. Last part, enemy of the soul. So now enemy of the soul. So now Arjuna knows that we have to work like this, but still he is not able to work. A thief is there. He sees that other thief is getting arrested by the police. He sees that he is getting punished. Okay, he sees that policemen are taking to him to jail, and he is in the jail. Okay, he knows that if he get caught, he will also be in the jail. Still, he is doing the stealing activity. Still, he is working as thief. Okay, why? So this is what Arjuna is having in the mind. I know everything that this is good, this is better. I should work for Krishna, but still I am not able to work. Why? So this is the question by Arjuna. Arjuna inquires, there is some force that pushes one to abandon duty and act sinfully. Whatever duty one have, he abandons the duty and acts sinfully, even against one's own will. Even he is not willing, he will work against his own will. He will be he will be acting sinfully. What is that force? What is that force? A force is there which is causing one person to act. Even he knows the result, that I am doing the sinful activity. I will be getting caught. I will be punished. But still, he will be doing the same thing. What is that force? What is that force which is causing this? Okay. Arjuna said, "O descendant of Vrishni, by what one is impelled to do sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by some force." There seems to be some force which is causing a person to engage sinful activity unwillingly. Okay, even he is not, even if he's not willing, he is acting unwillingly in the same in that path. Okay, what is that force? Answer is lust. Too much desires, strong desires. It's called lust. Okay, it is called lust. So that lust causes a person to engage in the sinful activity, even if unwillingly. Okay, and that is called the greatest enemy of the soul. That will lead to degradation. Okay, and then Krishna, to describe the lust, Krishna gives example. Okay, example also. So different species are different coverings of lust. Different species are different coverings of lust. So 3 examples Krishna is actually giving. So let's try to understand. Fire covered by the smoke. Okay, you see here, its example is there. So the fire is there and this is smoke is there. So just like smoke is there and fire is there and smoke is there. So you see the covering of lust is very negligible. One small amount of air and the smoke is gone and the fire will ignite. Okay, you see that one small amount of air, that is maybe one person is there, he's associating with some devotee. Okay, the smoke is gone and his Krishna consciousness fire will ignite. Okay, so that is the example. First example, very thin covering of lust. Okay, fire covered by the smoke. Second example, mirror covered by the dust. So you see this mirror. Okay, and dust is there in the mirror. Okay, so now air will have won't be able to remove the dust. Some great force will be required. So little bit thicker covering of lust is there. Okay, so that is the second covering, lust, sinful. These are the enemy of the soul, and it is covering the soul. And once the covering is removed, the soul actual nature, the Krishna conscious nature will ignite. So little bit more cleaning is required for the mirror covered by the dust. Okay, and the third example, embryo covered by the womb, the greatest. Okay, so now air, the little bit of cleaning won't remove the covering. Okay, thick covering is there around the embryo. You see the embryo here. Okay, or the fetus here, and the womb is so thick covering. Okay, so thick covering is there. So very thick covering. So very small covering, little bit thicker covering, and the most thicker covering. So this is the coverings of lust Krishna is describing. An example is also there. The human beings comes under the fire, under the smoke. Little bit association with the devotee, smoke is gone, the fire ignite. Okay, so that is the thing. The human beings, beast or animals are under the mirror covered by the dust. Okay, and the trees. You see the trees comes under the embryo covered by the womb. Okay, embryo covered by the womb. So 3 coverings. So Krishna is describing the lust, how to conquer the lust also Krishna will tell. Okay. So we see, we have to understand this concept first, then we'll describe the thing. So actually I was telling in the starting only that matter is there. Okay. Above the matter is the senses. Above the senses is the mind. Above the mind is the intelligence, and above the intelligence is the soul. So this hierarchy we were reading when I was describing the different types of yoga. Okay. So the matter is there, above that is sense, above that is mind, above that is intelligence, above that is soul. So this is represented by a chariot. So this matter is represented by a chariot. Okay. And the senses, here are the senses, here is the senses. The horses are like the senses. You see 5 horses, 5 senses. Okay. Senses. So eyes, ear, nose, touch, and the taste. These are the 5 senses, and they are represented by the horses. Okay. This mind is controlling the senses. Okay. So these reins or the rassis, these are controlling the horses. So the mind represents the reins. Okay. The reins are represented by the mind. And the Sarthi or the chariot driver is actually controlling the mind and the horses. So the intelligence is the Sarthi. Intelligence or the Buddhi is controlling the mind as well as the senses. Okay. So it is above that those things. And the Atma is the superior to all, and is the person who is sitting on the chariot. Okay. So actually we see these are the superior thing. So actually if we control our soul only, if we dedicate our soul only to Krishna, what will happen to the lower things? Automatically they will be aligned. Okay. Automatically there will be alignment. If we are controlling the soul, if we are surrendering our soul to Krishna only, automatically an intelligence, mind, senses, matter, everything will be engaged to Krishna's service. So that is the important thing. We have to engage our soul only to Krishna's service. Okay. If I will ask one example. Okay. I'll ask one question. I'll see if you are remembering or not. How many people are remembering this like that? So a person who is not able to, who is artificially trying to control the senses, but his mind is still dwelling on the sense object. What is that person called? Yes. 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 Everyone remembers. Yes. Yes. I'm very happy. Very happy. You are so attentively listening, huh? And you are imbibing the teachings. I'm very happy, and I could see many important questions being asked during the discussions. Also, I will take the questions later, but because I don't see questions at that time, otherwise it will disturb the flow. I will take the questions. But actually, every person is right. They are saying nicely answer. They are giving very nicely. Okay, that is called mithyachari. So, person who is trying to control the senses. So, actually, what we should do is, if you control the mind, senses will be controlled. If you control the intelligence, mind and senses both will be controlled. If you control the senses, intelligence, mind and senses, everything will be controlled. Okay. One more, I am very happy that so I'll give one more thing. So actually, when we dedicate our soul, that is called Bhakti Yoga. Okay. When we dedicate our intelligence in Krishna's service, that is called Dhyana Yoga. When we dedicate our mind, our knowledge, we are trying to accumulate the knowledge, that is called Jnana Yoga. And when we are serving Krishna with the senses, that is called Karma Yoga. Which yoga will be best? What do you think? Which yoga will be best? Depending on this situation, what do you think? Which yoga will be best? Yes. Yes. So you see, so depending on this example only, we can see that soul, if you are dedicating our soul only to Krishna, the Bhakti Yoga is best. Okay. Intelligence, yeah, everything will be streamlined. Intelligence, mind, senses, everything will be streamlined. Okay. Yes. Every person is right. So the working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. So this is the hierarchy. Okay. The enemy of the soul is the lust, who covers the consciousness, okay, or the Atma, or the soul. Okay. So what are the sitting places? So the soul of the enemy of the soul, that is lust, can sit at the intelligence, at the mind and the senses. Okay. So actually when the lust is there in the senses level only, we should stop it at the starting only. Actually, you see every bad work or every bad habit or every big bad things which is happening in the universe, they start with just one thought in one person's mind. Okay, one thought. Okay, and if you are controlling at that level only, the starting only, then it won't be converted to a big disaster. Okay, so every disaster, even disaster, will start with the thought. Okay, so that is the thing. We have to control at the starting, and this is what Krishna is saying, to control the enemy of the soul. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of Bharatas, in the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, that is lust, by regulating the senses. At the senses level only, you control the enemy or the lust. Okay, and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Okay, this is the destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. The lust is the destroyer of knowledge. So we should control at the senses level only. You see here, you should control at the senses level only, at the senses level only, here only. Okay, or there one maybe another thing is at the starting, at the very beginning. Okay, we should be curbing at the very beginning, like childhood. A person like a young child is there, we should give the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to those persons so that they can live their life effectively. They are knowing the aim from the starting only, and they will be working in that direction, and they will be controlling the lust from the starting only, because they have the knowledge, they know what they should do. Okay, so that is the thing. Now I'll give you a very important thing. So I need all of you to listen very attentively. The defeat lust by ABCD formula. This ABCD formula I will be talking many times, and I will be encouraging you to follow this formula. Okay, this is the basic formula, most practical formula. If you are doing this, you can start your devotional life. Okay, A, already I have discussed. A is for association. Very important, very important, very important. What you want to become, attach yourself with those kind of people. What you want to become, associate with those kind of people. Okay, so that is very important. B is for book reading. So actually when we're reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, actually we are associating with the devotee, associating with the Krishna's words, we are associating. So actually we are associating with Krishna himself. Bhagavatam, when we are reading, actually we are associating with the devotees of Krishna. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, holy books, when we are reading, we're actually associating with the Krishna, okay, or the devotees of Krishna. So that is also a kind of association, and we need to have this. Okay, B is for book reading. C is for chanting. Krishna takes avatar in Kali Yuga in the name of in the form of name. Okay, so actually when we are saying Krishna, actually Krishna is there in front of us, but we are not able to perceive. Okay, we are not able to perceive. Okay, so that is the thing. But actually Krishna takes avatar in the form of name. So when we say Krishna, Krishna is there in front of us. Okay, so that is the way to associate with the Krishna. Chanting is a way to associate with the Krishna. When we are exclusively sitting at one place and we are chanting, we are taking the names and we are listening with the ears. Okay, actually we are associating with the Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. Chanting is also a way of associating with Krishna. And D is for diet and devotion. So devotion means devotional services. Devotional services, like we are taking the classes, Mataji, there for the co-host services. So many WhatsApp groups are there. So many people, they are coming for the chanting. So many people are there. They are coming for recitation, bhajan. Okay, so many things are happening. Okay, why they are doing it? Devotional service. That is called devotional service. Okay, that is also a kind of devotional service. We are associating with Krishna. Okay, and these for one other thing that is called diet. I'll discuss later when 17th chapter comes, when Krishna describe about the diet part. So how diet can transform our life, I'll be describing those parts. I'll describing the diet parts in the 17th chapter. Okay, so for now, A is for association. We need to associate with a devotee if you want to become a devotee. B is for book reading. We have to regularly read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, even for 5 minutes. A person says, I don't have the time. Okay, just for 5 minutes, you can open book and read. Okay, you can make a habit. First thing I will be doing in the morning is I will read the book 5 minutes. Okay, or last thing before sleeping, I'll do is I'll read the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam for 5 minutes. Okay, that is the thing. They should make a habit. Okay, so actually you are associating. That is a way of association. Okay, so regularly, every day one should read. Okay, C is for chanting. Daily we should chant. Daily we should take the Lord's name. Minimum at least one round we should chant. Okay, many people yesterday, day before yesterday, I was telling in the previous class that we have to nourish our soul, and this is actually the way of nourishment. Chanting is the way of nourishment. Okay, when we are associating ourselves to Krishna, chanting is Yuga Dharma. What I can tell more about the chanting. Okay, so that is the thing. Very important, very important, very important. Devotional services. Okay, so devotional service also important. When we do the devotional service, then actually we associate with the Krishna. So ABCD formula, simple formula. Remember this formula, very effective. Try to follow this formula from today only, from now only. Okay. So that was from my side. So actually, this is the summary. Arjuna's confusion: renunciation is better or work is better. So Krishna is describing the renunciation. Renunciation is very difficult. Work has to be done as the sacrifice, and then work is better. That is what we have learned. That Niskam Karma Yoga. That is the work without attachment. Okay. Even if Krishna is qualified for renunciation, he should still do Niskam Karma Yoga to set right example, to set example for the younger generation. That we have read the third part. Fourth part, sin, or the greatest enemy of the soul, that is the lust, is a formidable enemy on the path of yoga. So one should conquer lust by deliberate intelligence. Okay. So these things we have read. So that is the third chapter from my side. Fourth chapter, very interesting, very important. Okay. So I request everyone to come. I'll unmute every person to chant with me once, then we'll take question and answer session. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna. Yes. So I hope you have learned something from the chapter number 3. Most important is we should follow the ABCD formula. Okay. So we have certain question. Mataji, can you read if there is any question in the chat box? If there is any question. If there is any question you want to ask, you can put in the chat box so that we can take questions. Mataji, can you read out the questions? Saroj Kumar Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, kindly share recording YouTube link of this class to the group. Yes, we will be sharing. Okay. So Vinay Babu Prabhuji, from day to day classes are very interesting. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yes, when Krishna started speaking, Krishna will be speaking on many topics. So nice to hear. So nice to hear. And when we understand the topic little bit, so we cannot understand fully, but when we understand little bit also, it will change our life. Okay, very interesting. Yes. How can I have feeling of sacrifice for Krishna as a student? Okay, very nice question, very practical question. Achal Sinha, Mataji or Prabhuji, you have asked very nice question, very practical question. The question is, how can I have feeling of sacrifice for Krishna as a student? Okay. So, thing is, we need to surrender our work result to Krishna. Okay, so whatever work we are doing and we are surrendering ourselves the result to Krishna, that is called the sacrifice. Okay, so actually reading, any person can say that we are reading, there is no result currently for the reading. Why the person reads? The question is why a person read, why a person in the student life, why a person reads. The thing is, he wants that in the later life, I will have no problem, I will earn money and I will be a better person. I won't have the difficulty for the food, difficulty for the living, difficulty for anything. Okay, and I will live a better life in the later life. That's why he's reading. Okay, so that is one motivation. That is the what is the motivation of a student? This is the motivation. They want to become a good or working person, or a person who can earn money and live life nicely, like that. It is the motivation of a student. So just that part you replace with Krishna. I want to serve Krishna very nicely. I want to serve Krishna very nicely. I don't want that any problem in my living will happen. I don't want if I am studying very nicely, then I will be earning the amount of money very easily, and then I can serve with that money, and I can serve with my time to Krishna. Okay, I won't have any difficulty in the later life, in my devotional life, that we can say. Okay, so the thing is, why we are working, why we are studying. There is no immediate results. The immediate result is not there. The result will come later. Okay, so the thing is, we will be serving Krishna very nicely later, and we won't have any problem in doing the devotional service. That's why we will be doing. I will be studying very nicely. I will be studying very religiously, as well as the material education, as well as our spiritual education. Okay, both are important, and a person should give time to both spiritual education, material education, both. Okay, and in this way, later when they start working, they won't have any problem. They can be engaged in Krishna's service. They can be working also. They can be engaged in Krishna's service also. So that is the motivation a person has, and for every whatever work we are doing for ourselves or the material self, we can replace Krishna, and then we can have the feeling of working. Okay, what's Krishna's caste? So there is no word as caste in the Vedic system. There is called Varna system, and that will be described in tomorrow's chapter. Okay, so what's Krishna's caste? So we'll be describing Krishna's caste, which Krishna belongs to which caste. Actually, is there any word like a caste, or it is something different word? We'll be seeing interesting chapter, interesting question, interesting answer tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow chapter, 4th chapter. Why was world created? So actually, this is also a very inquisitive question. People used to have inquisitive thinking that why the world is created. So during the classes only, I will be describing this world is created due to ourselves. Okay, we want to enjoy this material world. Okay, so actually this total world is when I will be describing the Goloka chart, that time I will describe that actually the spiritual world is so big, very big. Okay, but there is little amount of material world also. Actually, the city is very big. A big city is there, but in that city, a prison house will be there. Okay, where the person will be sent for the reformation of the thought. Okay, because he has done something wrong, and for reformation of thought, the person will be sent on the jail. Similarly, in this world also, the spiritual world is very big. 2/3 part are the spiritual world. Only 1/3 part are the material world. And this material world actually nothing. It is like prison house. So many person will say, if we are working for government, government is loving us, we are loving government, why the prison house is made? So prison house is made for the people who are rebellion, who are not taking shelter of the government, who are not working according to government. They are working against the government for that. Okay, so it is like that only. So actually, we should accept that we are rebellion. Okay, and we are going away from the Lord. For that, we wanted a kingdom away from the Lord. We want to lord over the kingdom. Okay, that's why the rebellion, like the mentality. So we came here to this material world for the reformation of thought. The concept will be described later more, for the just for concept sake, that this is like a prison house, and this material world is very small. Spiritual world is very big. Still, we are stuck here because of our karma, because of our thought. Okay, what if I do? What if family is not Krishna consciousness? So actually, this is a very important question. Many people, when they start doing devotional service, they will find it very difficult that my family is not Krishna consciousness. What should I do? But the motivation should not come from your family. Motivation should come from yourself. Okay, you should start doing Krishna conscious activity. Gradually, your family will do it. It may take 1 year, it may take 2 years, it may take 5 years, may take 10 years, may take many years. Okay, but depends on you. You should be confident enough. You should be determined enough to do the Krishna conscious activity. Your family should not be a motivation. You should be motivation for your family. Okay, so that is the thing. Till now, if and gradually they will become Krishna consciousness. If a person is there, Krishna conscious person, so pure, Okay, the Krishna conscious activity, if you do gradually, you will feel that you are becoming pure. Okay, your activities are becoming pure, and gradually, when other person sees, they actually see. They also want to become like that, and gradually they will start. Your children will start. Many examples I have seen where families. Not Krishna conscious, a person is Krishna consciousness, they start doing Krishna conscious, gradually the family start following. Okay, so that is the thing. So the thing is, if your family is not Krishna conscious, try to do Krishna conscious activity on yourself, gradually family will follow. One, Prabhuji, Priti Kaviraj. Prabhuji, you mentioned the story about Bharat Maharaj. Is he the same Bharata who was brother of Lord Ram? No, it is not the same Bharata. Why sometimes duty comes way of spiritual uplifting. So there are two duties are there. One is material duty, one is spiritual duty. But one should be determined enough that the spiritual duty is always above the material duty. Okay, our main goal or our main aim is spiritual. Okay, the material duty, whatever duty we are doing, the aim is to that we won't have problem in the spiritual duty. Okay, that is the thing. The material, the maintaining of this body, material duty is for maintaining this body. Okay, and spiritual duty for upliftment, for the spiritual self, and our main goal is our spiritual duty. Okay, so we should be considering spiritual duty the foremost. Okay, and if you have any confusion like that, that's why gurus are there, that's why the bona fide gurus are there, who is living, who is actually living the life of Bhagavad Gita, whatever the Krishna's instruction is there, they're living like that. They can guide in that way. Okay, so that is the thing. Sometimes duty comes, but I should be confirmed enough that spiritual duty, my spiritual duty is the main duty. Okay. Puja Mataji is saying, very nice class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can I leave the meeting, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. So many important questions. You see, people are asking many important questions. So maybe some questions you will have those questions in your mind, and so if those people are asking, those confusion will be cleared. Okay, so if you want to leave, you can leave. But thing is, many these questions people when they ask, that is the realized question. They realize the concept, then they ask. Okay, so that is the thing. So actually, one should attend both the question answer session as well as the classes. Okay. Yes, thanks a lot explaining in such a formidable way. Can you elaborate on example given on the can you elaborate one example given on like lust covering the trees and animals? So lust, so the thing is, lust covers, every person is covered by the lust here. Okay, so some person, some things are covered by thick covering, some things are very little covering, like human beings. The covering is very small. One's association with the devotee of Lord, one's association with the devotees, likely minded people. Once we read Bhagavad Gita, and that air, the fire is now igniting. Okay, and the smoke is now gone, like that. So can you elaborate one example given covering of the lust, given like covering lust and tree? So that was the one example. Second example was the beast. Okay, the covering is little bit thick. Okay, intelligence is covered, totally covered by the lust. Okay, so their intelligence is not that much developed. You see, trees, so very much thick covering. Okay, so that is self-realization is very difficult for the trees, beasts. Was Mirabai an example of Bhakti Yoga? Yes, Mirabai is example of Bhakti Yoga. I'll tell you there are 5 rasas of Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so on that, Mirabai is also an example of Bhakti Yoga. Joy Sri Prabhuji, due to net disconnection, I cannot properly hear the topics Enemy of the Soul. You can have the YouTube recordings. You can see from that. It's Shiva a great Vaishnava. Why? And then why his tilak is different from the Vishnu tilak? Actually, Shiva is the Mahadev. Okay, Mahadev means the greatest Vaishnava. Not great, he's the greatest Vaishnava. Okay, he's called the greatest Vaishnava, Devuk Dev Mahadev. So actually, whatever the Dev are there, and between the Dev, he is the Mahadev. Okay, so why are his tilak is different from the people who follow who are the Shivites? They follow the different things. The tilak is different. Okay. Why don't we get reward of our karma in this birth himself? Okay, there are rules and regulations. Okay, So some people, whatever, so some results you will get now, some results you will get later. Like fruits, some trees will give fruits earlier. Okay, today you have sown the tree. 1 year after you will get the results, the fruits. Some will give the results after 10 years, some will give results after 20 years, maybe like that. So depends on that. Whatever you are sowing, you will get that fruit. Okay, but time, it will take time. Okay, so that is the thing. Just like when we are sowing the tree, we'll get the result. Same result. If a person is sowing the mango tree, he won't give banana. Okay, he will get the mango only. Okay, the thing is, whatever you want, you have to sow that. Okay, the thing is, purity should be there in your life. Okay, if there is no purity, there is no happiness, there is no Krishna, there is nothing. Okay, you will be agitated, you will be working, going here and there, you will be running here and there, nothing you will get. Thing is, purity should be there. Unless and until you have pureness, you have to live your life in a pure way. Okay, pure way. Okay, that is the thing. When we start living the life pure way, you will actually see what life is. Okay. One example. Can you explain how you are doing this sacrifice without attachment in your day-to-day life, personal, professional, and outline how to start or put it in practice? So the thing is, there are two types of devotional services. Okay, very important question is there. We has asked, we maybe, and this question is very important. How we can do our everyday activity as a sacrifice? Okay, so I'll explain this concept. So thing is, there are two types of devotional services. One is called direct devotional service. One is called indirect devotional service. Okay, so direct devotional service, which is directly attached to Krishna. When we do chanting, when we do arati to Krishna, when we sit in front of Krishna, when we do some bhajan kirtan to Krishna, we remember Krishna, that is directly attaching ourselves to Krishna. That's called direct devotional service. Okay, so that's called direct devotional service. And currently we are not doing any directly devotional service. So we should include first the direct devotional service in our life, chanting. Okay, that is what I'm telling. We should chant. So that is called direct devotional service. And another is called indirect devotional service. Indirect devotional services, that is actually a material activity. That is not itself a spiritual activity. That is actually a material activity. But we can make that material activity as a spiritual activity. Okay, actually we can spiritualize that material activity in a spiritual activity. Okay, that is called making any activity as transcendental activity. We'll have this concept tomorrow, that is transcendental knowledge part, but I'm describing now. So that is called making any material activity transcendental activity. Okay, that is called indirect devotional service. How to make that? Attach Krishna in that work. Okay, any work you are attaching Krishna, that work will become spiritual. Okay, any work you attach Krishna in that work will become spiritual. Okay, so any work you are doing, give result to Krishna. So professional work, you are going to duty every day, you are going to duty. Okay, try to remember Krishna there, and then you are getting the result of that work. You are working, then you are getting the result. Try to donate that some part for Krishna service. In this way, you will be thinking. So currently what is happening, you are going to office, you are doing work, and you are thinking, I will get money and will have family. For family, I will do some work. For this, I will have some car. I will have me. For me only. The concept is me. Okay. Try to change the concept. Little bit amount you donate for Krishna service. So now your consciousness will, whatever I am working, I am giving for Krishna service also. So me plus Krishna also is there. Okay. So that is the thing. So gradually you try to include Krishna in every activity. Give result. Any activity result, give to Krishna. Okay. So that is the thing. So only me is not good. Okay. Try to reduce your me and try to include Krishna in that. Okay. So when we are giving some results of our work, some donation we are giving. So simple work as a donation for Krishna's service. And then we see whatever work we are doing, the consciousness will be, I'm working and I'm giving the result to Krishna. Okay, I'm working for Krishna. See the consciousness change. Okay, just a little inclusion of Krishna in your life and your thinking is changed. Okay, so that is the thing. Personal activity, you are coming to your home, give personal time for Krishna through chanting. Okay, chant Krishna's about Krishna's name. Okay, or different concepts are there. We'll be taking all the concepts later gradually, but I think for this time it is sufficient. Okay. We wear tilak because it represents the lotus feet of Lord. Why Lord himself wear it? Okay, maybe actually it is a very nice question, but I didn't realize it in this way, that why Lord wear himself tilak. But actually the both the limbs, whatever the tilak is there, the both limbs represent Krishna's leg and Radharani's leg, and in between there is Tulasi. Okay, so that is the name, that is the meaning of tilak. But I do not actually know why Lord himself wear it. Okay, maybe devotees, when they see Krishna, they put the tilak. But actually I do not know why Krishna put the tilak in that way. Okay, I haven't think about this way. Swaminathan K, today was so uplifting, Prabhuji. I am slowly able to see the whole picture. Haribol. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So I think I have taken all the questions. If I have missed any question. Is there any question, Mataji, here, Mataji, Pravina Mataji? Any question I have left? Achal Sinha, if everyone will become leader, then who will eventually be common man? So that is some theoretical type of question. Every person is a leader for someone else. Okay, if any person is there, if a student is there, you are leader for other students. Okay, if a student is there, he will be leader for someone else. Okay, so we are in the leader's role. Actually, some elder sisters are there, they will be leader for the younger sisters. Okay, every person is a leader. Someone is observing you. Okay, and someone is taking your characters. So try to do every activity in Krishna conscious way. Try to do activity which is connecting yourself to Krishna. Okay, someone is observing you. If they are not directly observing, they are observing you, observing that thing in your nature, in your character. Okay, someone is observing you every time. Okay, so that is the thing. Try to purify yourself. Okay, that is the main thing. Purify. One question we have. I think this Mataji has repped Rupa Narayan saying, interesting question, how to recognize dharma since criminals or ill persons also claim he is right and doing his karma. So it is very confusing who is right. So actually it is correct question, that every person thinks that he is doing karma, but karma and all will come to know that according to Shastra is there. Whatever he thinks is not correct. So take an example of government. Okay, so if you are in the government, okay, the rules of nature is like rules of country is like government. The rules of natures are like karma and all. Okay, so government rules are there. So if you are not following the government's rule, a person thinks that no, this is correct, but government thinks that it is not correct. Then which will be, the person will be punished or not? Yes, the person will be punished if he is against the government. Okay, so personal claim that he's right is not correct. Okay, whatever government says is correct. Similarly, whatever natural rules are there, whatever Krishna says, whatever Veda says, whatever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that is correct. Okay, and when we see and when we think ourselves, now this is correct, this is wrong, then actually we are correct or wrong, we don't know. But actually the correct and wrong is given by the Veda, Shastra, great acharyas. Okay, like the government, whatever you think correct or not, you are not correct or wrong. The thing is, whatever government says is correct. Okay, so that is the thing. When you are under government, you have to follow the traffic rule. If you think no, I won't follow the traffic rule, I am correct, only whatever I do, I am correct. Okay, government will take you in the jail and punish you in the same way. Achal Sinha, how to figure who is right person to be associated with everyone's feels cruel nowadays. Okay, yes, You will come to know pureness. The pureness will be there in that person. The person who is following the Bhakti Yoga is associating with Lord, there will be pureness. Okay, I think I have taken all the questions. Okay, one more question is there at last. Jyotirmay Adhikari. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, actually it's a question of atheist, but I could answer proper. Does Almighty God lives everywhere? It is said that Jatra Jiva Tatra Siva, means where there is Jiva, there is Shiva. But Jiva can live in dirty places also, like dustbin or any other dusty place. Does Almighty God or Shiva stays in impure place? They see, the Lord is there with every person. Okay, every person, even if he is atheist, even he is a good person, he is there in form of Paramatma in every person. Okay, so that is the thing, that he is so if a person is dirty also, in heart there will be Paramatma. He don't leave the Jiva, he just observing the Jiva. Okay, Jiva should take the shelter of this super soul. Okay, so that is the thing. What looks like 6 to you might looks like 9 to me. Both are right from where we see. In such situation, what to do? Follow the Shastra, just like government. Government says that it is 6, you say this is 9. Okay, who is correct? Government is correct. Okay, you are under the government. You are living in the city of government, and government has certain rules. You say that 6 looking like 6, but government says it is 9. You have to follow the government. You will say 6, government will punish you like that. What you say is not, doesn't matter. Okay, because we are thinking like in the under the mode of influence of the modes. Okay, that's why whatever government thinks is correct, likewise whatever Krishna says that is correct, what we think is not correct. Okay, so that is the answer. Government says we should stop at red light. You will say, no, I won't stop at red light. I will drive at red light. What will happen? Yes. Any answers? What will happen? If you say, I will drive at red light, government says, no, you should stop at red light. What will happen? Any answer? In the chat box, simple answer. What will happen? Government will punish you. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so I think all the questions have been answered. So we'll meet tomorrow. Yes, accident, fine, accident, tax, no, not tax, fine, accident. So the thing is, what you think is correct, maybe correct, maybe not correct. Okay, but whatever government think, whatever laws are there, that is correct. Okay, we have to follow the laws. Okay, so already we are 20 minutes late, 10 minutes late. Okay, 9:30 already over. So we'll meet tomorrow. 5th chapter, 4th chapter, very important chapter. Okay, many new concepts will be there. So we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, Hare Krishna. I'll just unmute every person. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhavecha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Good night.